see you died. I think you gotta pull it up to the house. That worked good. Now we can figure out what's wrong with this thing. Alright, so the battery's dead in this, and it ran out of fuel, or the fuel filter clogged the other day. I can't remember if I got footage of that. So I'm going to replace the fuel filter and try to bleed this system and see if we can get it to start. Alright, the next step is I'm going to try to bleed this injection pump. So I will do that and then bring the camera back. I've bled it right here at this bolt. I bled it right here as well. I know the fuel pumps works because there's a hand primer on that, and I was using it and I was getting fuel out of both locations. A good indication that we're not getting fuel is there is no gray or white smoke coming out of the exhaust. If we were getting fuel and it was a separate issue, there would be some kind of smoke coming out of this exhaust. So we might have to bleed the injection lines. All that fixed. I probably shouldn't have let that fuel filter go so long. I think the last time I changed it was about a year ago, or actually almost 2 years ago. So definitely a good idea to keep up on the fuel filter changes. Alright, there's a couple of things I want to do to this skid steer. The battery cables are wore out, and I want to replace them and make sure that they're routed in a way that they won't get worn on anything. What that does is it wears the coating off and then they short to the frame. I also would like to find a different spot to put the battery because it gets trampled on, and a couple other things I'm sure will present themselves along the way, so let's get right into this. want to take this out because it's just in the way. It's an old throttle pedal, but it doesn't work anymore, and I never use it, so let's just get it out of here. I think that's alright. This thing really needs to be shortened. Alright, I'm good with that. The serpentine belt seems to be pretty loose. And I was just looking at this tensioner, and I'm not sure if it's working, so I want to take it off there and see if it's tensioning properly. Look how gross that is. Hit the hammer right here, it'll mushroom this over, but if you drop a bolt in here, I felt some spring tension give. Ooh. I feel like this is a safety glasses thing. So yeah, all this is just a spring in here, and that spring, so this hook right there goes in here, and then you twist it up similar to a recoil on a lawnmower. And probably this spring just got set up in there. So I'm going to clean it, and I'd like to take it out of there and clean it. And then we'll put it back together, and this thing probably will work just fine. Probably what happened is this aluminum stuff corroded and got inside here and just really wasn't letting that spring work like it's supposed to. Just use a carbide burr to clean this up. You really don't have to use much pressure of the carbide because it'll really take material off. That's all cleaned up, so I think we can kind of put some grease on this and put it back together. I kind of hacked this up when I took it out. I'm just going to shave these little parts off. I don't know exactly what this does, but I mean, it was in there before, so I guess we should put it back. I think the only place you can probably use too much grease is like if you were putting, if you got grease on a clutch disc or brake shoes. Pretty much everywhere else you can't overdo the grease. Alright, I'm calling that fixed.
So here we can see that functioning like it's supposed to, and there's no slack anywhere in that belt. So that's fixed. I got the new battery cable hooked up there, and it's way too long, so I'm going to coil it up back behind this to keep it organized and from getting damaged. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. Let's set this back down and see if everything works. I think everything is done. We got the battery cables, the tensioner pulley. Yeah, I think we're good there. Alright, let's set this back down. Doesn't squeal anymore, and hopefully that helps with the charging issue. The idler pulley being loose was probably not spinning the alternator correctly, and so it wasn't charging fast enough. So hopefully some of that's fixed. That battery's mounted in a nice spot where I don't think I'll step on it, and the cables are fixed, so that started pretty well. The next thing I want to do to this is drain the chain case oil and get that replaced, so let's do that. Look at all that stuff. So a long time ago, the previous owner must have engaged the brake system. So there's pins that come out into that big ring, and that's what holds this thing from rolling. And those things all were broken when I bought this, and the chains were all chewed up. There was metal pieces in here everywhere. So what I did last time is I put a little bit of kerosene in here with the oil. I put a rare earth magnet in, and so as that stuff sloshed around, it would collect the metal shavings and hopefully not wear this stuff out prematurely. I'm just gonna put Hitran because I have a bunch of extra and I don't run this thing very much, so What's your wife doing then?
Calling that fixed.
Alright, that looks a lot better. That water's running where I want it. That's going to keep the water on that side and hopefully kind of out of the center of the road. Also cleaned out just a bunch. If there's standing water over here, I really don't care. It's off the road and it's not going to hurt anything. Eventually it'll just perk into the soil and it's fine. The water this tree. Will be super healthy this year. And then we cut this back, so hopefully that'll kind of run all in here. And then the idea is that it stays along this side and doesn't run across the road.